Hey, Jocelyn, you're an imposter.
No, Rob, you're an imposter
What? How can we both be imposters?
because we're all imposters here at Dice Station Zebra because we are going to unbox HeroClix Iconix
That's
Spider-Man
right.
Double Identity.
We got our stuff in, and we haven't unboxed this yet.
We
So
haven't even done anything with this stuff,
here's our package. I know we've been so busy, but here's our HeroClix Iconix, the Marvel Spider-Man Double Identity,
which I think
which,
was
yeah,
first announced last year in Memphis. They had the Double
yes, that's
Identity
true.
poster, and you could stand
We
there
had the
and point at it.
standees.
Yeah,
Yep, that was
yeah.
really cool. So this is came out of a meme from it's actually the history of it goes back way further, but it got repopularized in the last few years because of a meme going around the internet of the two Spider-Mans pointing at each other, of course.
Which now is a
Um,
huge part of Marvel Snap.
is it?
It is.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
about that.
Uh,
But originally the images come from the 1967 Spider-Man cartoon,
which is
and
which is before you and I were born.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, but I remember watching it as a child, as probably we all have. But this is what you get in this set here.
It's very nice packaging.
It is.
It's display packaging. Like it's
I love it.
not. You can play them, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They're game pieces, but they are designed that you can just display them to if you're a collector. So they're immortalizing these iconic figures, moments, etc.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take a look at them. So Rob's gonna open it up here. We did slit the tape.
Yep. And here we go. So if you can get the cards for us,
I can do that.
and let's take a look at these figures here. There they are.
Look, they're pointing at each other.
And we will take these out. And why don't we take a look at these figures?
Here are the very shiny cards
Yep. So
that
let's have them pointing at each other.
that we can't read because they're shiny.
Yeah, they're very shiny cards.
They're hard to read even in person.
They do show up on camera, but very difficult. But what we are going to do through the magic of technology, we're gonna show the images that we borrowed from the HC Units website.
That's
Thank you,
right.
HC Units, for providing very clear approximations of the cards. They look fabulous.
Excellent.
So why don't we take a look at the first Spider-Man, Jocelyn, which is 001.
00 number one.
00 number 1, which is Spider-Man, who real name Charles Cameo. So this is the imposter Spider-Man.
I don't believe it.
He has, would you call it a team player team ability with the question mark?
Yes. Is it team player or wild card? I think
Wild
it's
card?
wild card now.
Whichever you get to select, right? You
Yeah.
get to select your team from your own team, of course. And he has the keywords of
Magia?
magia. There we go. Never know how to say that. Spider-Man family and celebrity.
I think it's a tomato thing.
I think so. So he has the trait that says, that man's an imposter. At the beginning of your turn, choose a direct line away from Spider-Man and orient him so that he's pointing at the line. So let's take a look at that first. When we talk about direct line, I think we're talking about straight,
Horizontal, vertical.
horizontal, vertical. We're not talking about a
Diagonal.
diagonal.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So whenever Spider-Man is moved or placed, he remains pointed along that direct line. So every turn you get to choose a direction.
Yep.
Okay. So the closest other character within line of fire.
Sorry, I'm going to
Yep.
interrupt you. So whenever he is moved or placed, he remains pointing along that direct line.
Correct.
So whatever direct line he's chosen, you
Mhm.
have to continue to orient
That's
him
right.
in that way. You can't change the direction he's pointing.
Good call out. So if he's moved via telekinesis or flight, or even knockback, right?
Yep. He has to remain whenever Spider-Man is moved or placed. So he has to remain pointing along that same direct line.
Right.
Yep.
So while he's pointing, so the closest other character within line of fire, which is 4 in this case, or sorry, not range, line of fire.
Line of fire.
The range does not count in
Does
this.
not matter.
Right, okay. The closest other character within line of fire that occupies the last direct line that Spider-Man chose to point in can use shape change. Now what's interesting about that is it says the closest other character doesn't necessarily need to be friendly.
That's right.
So if your opponent can get someone, in his line of fire,
Mm-hmm.
then that character would get shape change.
That's true.
If you can already use shape change, instead increase the result of their roll for shape change by +1.
So they could become a 4, 5, 6.
Yep. So this Spider-Man, he's got a range of 4 with 2 targets. 45 points. You get 5 clicks. And you start on charge. You have in cap, super senses, outwit, and then you move into that's leap climb,
That's right.
steel energy, mastermind, and we go into the special damage power.
Yep.
But first, let's look at the other trait.
I think that's a good idea, Rob.
No one will know I am not the real Spider-Man, which grants shape change and sidestep. When Spider-Man uses shape change, if one or more other characters named Spider-Man are on the map, once per turn you may re-roll the result. So again, that's opposing and friendly characters named Spider-Man.
That's right.
Now, the special damage power is Accomplished Art Thief, Outwit. When Spider-Man uses it and chooses a standard power the target can use, he can use the chosen power until your next turn.
Cool.
Do you want to tell us about the Spider-Man number 2, Jocelyn?
Spider-Man 00 number 2.
00 number 2. Yeah, that's the one.
I will. So Spider-Man 00 number 2 has the Spider-Man family team ability. And he has the keywords Avengers, Spider-Man family, reporter, and scientist. And his real name is Peter Parker.
I think he's an imposter, actually.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's Peter
I
Parker
think
at
he's
all.
Peter Parker.
Okay.
He has the same trait that we read on the first Spider-Man, Spider-Man 00 number 1. That man's an imposter. He has a secondary trait, the real Spider-Man, which grants him traded leap climb and sidestep. And if no other friendly characters named Spider-Man are on the map, Spider-Man can use sidestep twice a turn. So his is friendly characters, whereas the Spider-Man number 1 just says other characters.
If there are no other friendly characters named Spider-Man on the map, he can use sidestep twice a turn. So basically, just don't start your game with 2 Spider-Mans.
That's right. And then he has a special movement power, which is called WebNet. It's got plasticity. Opposing characters within range and line of fire must roll for breakaway as if they were adjacent to Spider-Man, and his range is 4. So he also starts with charge, incapacitate, and super senses, but he has perplex instead of outwit. And then on click number 2, he moves into a special movement power, which grants him that plasticity. And he's got potentially the ability to sidestep twice, which is like 4 free movement.
Yes.
And then when he gets to click 3, he moves into that power, the pink one, which I don't remember
Precision
what it is.
strike.
Precision strike, super senses, and then he has probability control.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one, the pink one.
Yep.
The pink one, precision strike. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Would you play them?
Interesting little pieces.
I guess if you were planning to focus on Spider-Man 00 number 1, real name Charles Cameo, you would want to play both of them because you would want that special outwit. Or sorry, the no one will know I'm not the real Spider-Man trait, shape change, sidestep, when he uses shape change, right?
Yeah, you definitely want other Spider-Mans on the board.
Yeah.
When you're playing with the 001.
But if I was playing with 00 number 2, then I probably wouldn't want to play with the other Spider-Man. Although I do like his outwit power.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting.
Which one do you like better?
Well, you know what? I'm a bit torn because the Charles Cameo 001 Spider-Man, he does have steel energy, which I like. However, Spider-Man 002, Peter Parker, he's harder to hit because he's got super senses right down his dial with the Spider-Man TA. So he's very
4, 5,
difficult
6.
to hit.
Unless you outwit super senses.
Yes, and then he's got probability control. So I'm gonna go with Peter Parker. That's my pick. What about you?
I'm really torn. I kind of really like the Charles Cameo. I think it's kind of an interesting figure. It does some cool stuff. I'd like to try them both. I'd like to try them together and also separately. And there's a lot of things that I'd like to try, and we never have enough time.
I know.
So, but I think that from not having seen the cartoon, I did not watch it when I was a child, or later. I would say that I think that they've done a good job representing 2 different Spider-Men.
I think so. Now, the Charles Cameo, he has traded shape change, and he also starts with super senses. So he's a bit difficult to get at, isn't he?
Yeah, but if you can get past it,
He's slippery.
If you can outwit it or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, but that makes sense because he's the imposter.
He is the imposter. Yeah, he's the villain that you're trying to catch.
Is he a villain or is he just misunderstood?
He's accusing the other guy of being the imposter, so I don't know.
Everybody's an imposter.
That's right. But anyway, that's the card, and yeah, I think they're really cool figures too. They look like the figures look like they just leapt right out of the animated series, which is really cool. So I like it.
Good job, WizKids.
Yeah, so that's all we have for today. Viewers, you can let us know in the comments below if you picked up the HeroClix Iconix Spider-Man Double Identity Set. Let us know if you have any team build recommendations or if you've tried these out at your local game store or at any events. We'd like to hear about that. And also, you can reach out to us in all the usual places. These links can be found in the video description. You can copy and paste them into your browser. And that's all we have for today. We thank you for watching, and we will see you all next time. Bye for now.
Bye.